control of Chelsea, because they've put in a lot of good work here today under Maurizio Sarri after their humiliation by Manchester City a fortnight ago. But the manager himself has been humiliated by an extraordinary extra-time confrontation over a long distance with his goalkeeper. He was determined to take Kepa Arrizabalaga off when he pulled up lame for the second time, but the goalkeeper stood his ground, stayed on and won the war of wills with his own manager. Sarri feels humiliated and undermined. The repercussions from that will linger long, but it will go to a penalty shootout. Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0.
Oh my goodness, just when you thought you'd seen everything in football, something like that happened.
It's a choice. It's a message for my group.
And what does that message translate to in the dressing room?
That we are a group and not 25 players.
It's not an individual. Is it team spirit we're talking, or your own authority?
No. It's my choice.
It's a message, we are a group. In a strange kind of way, for a man where we've been, for the last few games and last few weeks, questioning his authority here at Chelsea, is there an argument that maybe this could have been the best thing to happen to him? Suddenly he gets a chance to establish his authority.
I think he's done it spot on. I think we was all talking earlier, what's he going to do? He's done absolutely the right thing. He's asserted he's the leader. This is the message to the team. And I think he'll live or die by it tonight. How, the pressure's on Willy Caballero to perform, but I think the message in the long term from him is just like, listen, this is my team, this is our group, no one's going to step out of line, and I applaud him for it. I think it's a great decision.
Yeah, he had to set the tone tonight, because he failed to do that at the weekend. He had an opportunity at the weekend to kind of grab the situation by the horns and really take and steer it the way he wanted it to be done. He didn't do that. Yes, it's the heat of the moment, so you can kind of, there's a little bit of leeway there, but we needed to see something today. People are saying, he can't drop him, maybe this or today he's shown now, that dressing room, more than anyone, who is the boss. You step out of line with me, you get punished. And he cost £75 million in the summer, by the way, this goalkeeper. So no one is exempt from being disciplined at this football club. He's showing. We
were live on Facebook about an hour ago, Jermaine, and you were saying that you think that Kepa should start tonight. So your thoughts on the decision that Sarri's made?
Look, there's an element to it that I really like, and there's still an element of me that's not so sure that this was the right moment to take that stand. There are two sides to it. One is obviously the state of the fixture and the game, and how big it is not only for Chelsea but for him in particular and his own managerial position. And then also, that all this pressure surrounding this game and the goalkeeping situation now reverts to that man standing by the goalpost here. Willy Caballero's coming into the heat of the fire here, and don't get me wrong, he's an experienced campaigner, but the spotlight is going to be fully on him tonight, and any mistake that he makes, that's going to be on the manager's head.
But JJ, don't tell me that Willy Caballero won't be sitting there going, thank you for making that decision. He won't be looking at this like pressure. He'll be looking at this is my chance, this is my opportunity now.
Well, do you see this as a long-term thing? You think Kepa's going to be on the bench for the rest of his Chelsea career? I mean,
so if he goes in as an unbelievable game today, he shouldn't be dropping Caballero.
No, I agree, but I
think long-term Kepa's going to be the goalkeeper. £75 million tells you that, but right now, to make us a stand to this team and to this squad and to the general public and the Chelsea fans and the owners, this is my man right now because of the discipline. I need to instill discipline within this squad.
You go. No, I think Rio's right. I think what he's done, and by coming out and addressing it in the pre-match interview as well, he's let people know in no uncertain terms he's been dropped, and this is the reasons why, because I want to assert my position at the club, and I think we're going to find out in 2 hours whether it's the right decision or not, because Willy Caballero is one player we've not talked about really. I felt for him at the weekend because he was all set. Imagine his mind, he's fired up. He won the cup, didn't he, with Man City, where he saved the penalty 2 years ago, and he would have been so fired up for that, thinking I'm going to go on, and then he has to go back and put his coat back on the bench.
But that was Kepa's mindset as well, by the way. He'd been through, the game and extra time. And for goalkeepers, that's their moment. That is their moment to be a hero. Now, he might not have understood that it was a tactical decision, because surely that would have been discussed beforehand. He might have thought it was because he had cramp or hamstring issues or what, and he was trying to say, I'm fine. Let me go and have my moment that I feel like I deserve, like all goalkeepers would want.
But it's only his moment if the manager says it so. That's how it's got to run. It's got to be, if the manager says come off, get off the pitch, come off. Like I feel if I was on the pitch and a young goalkeeper just come to the club really is saying no, I'm staying on, I'm fine, but the manager's doing his nut on the sidelines, running around, throwing tantrums on the sideline, I'd be embarrassed. And I'd be saying, to diffuse the situation quickly, right, we'll sort that out after, but get off. He's cool, your number's gone up, get off the pitch. I think that's what, there should have been players out there. There's enough experience on that team to have done that as well, so they have to take some responsibility too.
So do you think that the decision he's made tonight then sends enough of a clear message to everybody in that Chelsea team that makes them fearful of this manager and his authority at the football?
I think he should have done more at the weekend, but for where we are now, anything less than what he'd done today is a sign of weakness.
Yeah, I think it's easy for someone like Alex Ferguson, who had them years of dominance and that stature at the club, to do things like that. I think for a Chelsea manager to do things for it, there's other factors to it, because you've seen the history where the club have changed managers quite regularly. So it's more of a gamble. If Alex Ferguson at Man United does that, everything's going in that direction, and that's that. But at this club, things can change very quickly, and you can't criticise the board for that as well, because they've won things and they've been successful. But he's obviously he's deliberated it a lot, and he knows if it goes wrong tonight, it's going to come on him. But I applaud him for his bravery, and I think it's the right thing.
I think he looks worse if he lets Kepa play tonight and they went on to win.
Yeah.
Than doing if Caballero plays today, drops Kepa, and they lose.
So you think dropping Kepa was the single most important decision for this game?
It's the only decision he could have made today.